Like, hey, I have.
I
your
can't
phone.
tell him. Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Rough. So
I suppose I could have gone looking for him, but
I mean, I did kind of. I looked in the hallway, but he's just too quick. He's a running back. I don't know if you
I know he is fast. He is fast. I'll be boots on the ground tonight at the Kaseya Center. Very excited. Heat Bucks game 4. Heat up 2-1 in the series as they win on Saturday night and did so in epic fashion. Really took it to the Bucks. And it's interesting, everybody was sitting here. They're like, and by everybody I mean Leroy. Oh, the Heat aren't going to be able to do that again. Think about how silly this is, Marcos. We thought, what's more likely to happen? The Bucks breaking a record or Jim VP being Jim VP? Yeah, I chose to believe in Jim VP.
That's true.
It was in the other studio. I think I couldn't call you though. So
right.
I had a problem.
I'm like, I was starting to panic.
So you had Jimmy Butler was awesome. Duncan Robinson, he decided on his birthday that he was going to hit all the threes.
All of them.
And he had some swagger to him too.
Yeah, he did.
A little trash talking dunks. I like to see it.
Yeah.
So tonight, game 4, big one. Will Giannis play? Oh no. I don't know. I would say if he's able to. I kind of got them playing the cat and mouse game. All right, can we get him a little extra rest? I got that, especially with how much success they had in game 2. But if he can go tonight, yeah, they got to certainly see if he can. But we'll see, man. They haven't really been able to slow down the Heat offensively at all.
No, which is and part of it is because going into the series, you can say I'm not afraid of the 3, right? As the series has progressed, now you got to adjust.
Yep.
And that's where issues are coming in because now they have to defend something that they never thought they had to defend. And then when you do that, now you let Jimmy and Bam be Jimmy and Bam.
The unfortunate thing though from Leroy's guy, Victor Oladipo. He suffered with just under 4 minutes left, suffered a brutal non-contact injury. He grabs his knee immediately.
Listen, first of all, and Dr. Toboggan is right. He had so much done to his quad that's all attached. So it might be stress related.
It was the other leg. It was
the other leg?
Yeah, his right leg was the one that had all the surgery, but he had apparently like compensation. I don't know,
but I would tell you this. You can't ever remember seeing an injury on TV or in person with nobody around that wasn't serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you see a guy running, he just buckles, trying to make a cut or jump or something like that, you go, whoop, something gay.
The thing that was just tough about it was you could just see immediately, first of all, him grab his leg, and then the reaction of the bench was just a killer.
Because everybody
just knew. And then that guy,
right,
with all he's been through.
Right. It's a known, like throughout sports, most of your most serious injuries come when there's no contact and you're by yourself. So yeah, it's man, I root for that guy for a lot of reasons. I told you I've always liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Always, just like the way he plays. And to see him have this comeback and to see him have his moments felt good that, he was on the right track.
He was playing well in that game too.
Right. So to have to go through this all over again, but I would say this. He has the mentality like he ain't gonna quit. He ain't gonna. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it keeps happening.
Yeah.
But man, I feel bad for him because
torn patella tendon when was the diagnosis yesterday once the MRI came out, and he has been ruled out for the playoffs, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just want.
So torn patella. I'm trying to think. The recovery time isn't as. I'm wondering if it's as long as it is with the ligaments.
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know. I think I saw Barry tweet yesterday. Karan had it, but that was obviously, I don't know if it's gotten better since.
Little Karan.
Well, right. He has gotten in better shape. I see him run.
because he's working out with the guys.
I
every
see him run those stairs at the arena. I think he's getting ready for that Mark Wahlberg press tour. Mark Wahlberg's doing his movie. Oh, got to be in shape for the old press junket. But yeah, man, I don't know. Here was Spo said after the game, he goes, I feel like throwing up.
Right.
Well, I felt like he was either staring at me or at Wes, and he was like signaling, to come over there. Wes and I were standing right next to each other, and just knew he didn't feel right. But then once the stretcher was out there, he's like, I'm not getting on that thing. So we'll just have to see. I feel like throwing up right now, but I don't know what the prognosis is. So, I want to stay positive, on this, and we'll just see what happens after we scan them tomorrow.
Yeah, and then they got the news on Sunday officially, but yeah, Spo looked like
because Spo, listen, Spo like one of the things that Spo admires, and you could tell with all of his guys, a guy that works hard, a guy that is putting the work and the time and the effort in. He really appreciates that, and that's what Vic did.
Yeah, it's just, I think the thing that sucks for him on top of just the injuries is like the storybook of it, because like Vic wanted to be in Miami. Like
right.
Vic wanted to be in Miami. He was one of those D-Wade disciples. Like he was going to come here. He was going to be the Orca. This guy was an all-star, lived down here in the off season. Like, just he got to where he wanted to be, and it just hasn't been because he comes here. He has that botched surgery, so he plays 4 games and gets hurt. Then last year it takes him to the middle of the year to get ready. Taken out of the rotation. Then he's back in the playoff rotation last year. And then this year starts off, we talked to him in the off, at media day, and he was talking about, this was the first summer he's had where he just got to do basketball. No rehab, just basketball.
Right.
And, he had all these thoughts that he was going to get back to the player that he was. And we saw flashes of, really before that ankle injury happened in the middle of the year, that was the best physically we had seen him look. Remember the lobs that he was catching, the dunks that he was putting? Like we're like, damn, Victor Oladipo looks all the way back. Tweaks that ankle, doesn't really look quite the same. But like you can see, like when he's in there, you just physically can see the tools that he has. Like this is a special talent.
He always has steals. He can make a 3. He can get to the hoop. I just hope. Here's the problem, though. Like, we know how long it should take, but to play at that level, you should probably extend it instead of shorten.
Right.
And nobody realizes that there's other things that go wrong if you're almost back but not quite back. I don't know what extent of it was with him, but yeah, man, like I hope he's able to at least give it one more run.
Let's hear from Duncan Robinson. He had a big night, but obviously said it was a little bit hard to celebrate it after what happened to Vic.
It's tough, man. Obviously, it's a mix of emotions. First one just being thinking of him, and you just kind of got a pit in your stomach after seeing something like that, and watching him work and come back from the injuries that he's come back from and show the resilience that he has. Never count him out, obviously, but it hurts to see somebody that you care about go through something like that. And obviously, we don't know what it is at this point. We're all praying for the best. But still, he's dealt with a lot of adversity in that department.
Yeah. It was like you said, like all the players, like Jimmy was like Jimmy, like you could see him curse on television.
Yeah.
He was, the whole bench was just so upset.
Yeah. People couldn't look. It wasn't a gruesome injury. Like we've seen bones come out of legs.
No.
Right. But these people were looking as if this was the most gruesome thing they had ever seen, just because they
just the heartbreak
felt it.
Yeah, you just feel for the guy because he's already been through so much.
Yeah,
and then from a basketball standpoint, like, look, he was going to get a big opportunity with Tyler out. They were gonna. It's not like Vic was not going to play. They needed Vic. And now they're in this position, right, where it's like no Tyler, no Vic. You don't really have that guard creator for your team. I mean, unless you have Kyle, but Kyle's point guard. He's not kind of that go-to guy.
And then, like, you've been getting some pretty good contributions from Kyle.
Yeah.
Like, here's what's amazing about what we have witnessed in the last 2 out of 3 games. That all of those guys have come in and played their role to a T. Talking about Caleb Martin, Duncan, Strus, Kevin Love. Everybody has gone onto the court and done what they do best. And it's resulted in a couple of wins. And so from that standpoint, like, you're going to have to rely on them a little bit more. Right?
Yeah, the shooting has to stay strong for sure.
Right. But and then not knowing how healthy, Jimmy's going to be.
Yeah, he hurt his tush.
He had the same. Let me tell you something.
That was a big pad they had on him.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, I don't care what size buttocks you have. You jump like that and land, it goes right to the bone. Right? Right to the bone. And you know it, because what happens is you land, but you land, your legs are up, and it jolts and it shoots all the way up your back and down your legs. So you could hurt one of those areas too. Yeah. Woo.
Take a quick break. You guys can text us at 305-567-0560. Hour Tua coming up next. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. You get a weather update, Leroy, from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
No need to go to the window, Plex. I can see damn fine from here. It's cloudy. It's raining. Wind is barely blowing out of the east because that rain is coming straight down. Look at that, Tobin. Straight down.
I know.
So winds are light.
Light winds, dude.
But it's raining. Some areas more than others.
Let's get into some.
Be
careful.
As some people have told us, Solana, there's going to be some flooding.
Yeah.
Down here. Not by us. Not by where we live. But down here, there'll be some flooding.
Careful, everybody out there. Let's get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
During the break, we have some breaking news on tonight's Heat game.
Ooh. Jimmy's playing. And Giannis is playing.
Spo said yesterday Jimmy's playing. Spo said yesterday Jimmy's playing. Yep. Shams is reporting Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo will return to the lineup in Game 4 versus the Heat, barring any setbacks.
I'm going to tell you what. You know why? Because he ain't Kawhi.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, like, I get it. But damn.
Is Kawhi selfish?
I don't think
is he the most selfish player of all time?
No,
exactly. I mean, part of not caring is selfish.
Look, here's the real story. He really does have knee problems.
Yeah.
But people keep paying him like he don't have knee problems. And so you have two of the best NBA players on the same team that always hurt. George, Kawhi, always hurt. So if you want to win, and that you want to talk about owner that has unlimited resources. If you want to win, then you put out the money for these players. Like, yeah, now what do you do? So.
Well, that's the news. Giannis, he will play tonight. Game 4. And the Heat will attempt to go up 3-1 on Milwaukee after winning games 1 and games 3.
Yeah.
So big one tonight. Stakes have been raised. 7:30 tip off tonight from the Kaseya Center. So 5:45 is your pregame, or 6:15 is your pregame.
Got to tell you,
6:15 is your pregame for Heat and Bucks.